Every time I sit down to record a video about Destiny 2, all I can think is that I need to start the video by sighing because it's the only thing that really kind of articulates how I'm feeling about this game right now. And the thing is, I don't want to feel that way, but it's just I mean, look at where we are, man. Like look at the state of the game, look at the last couple months and tell me that's not exactly how you feel. Like just like sighing every time you think about the game. Anyway, let's get into this. So, it's been 2 months since Renegades released at this point, and we've heard literally nothing from Bungie regarding future content. We don't really know when Shadow of Order is releasing. It has been alleged, I will say, pretty much reported by Paul Tassi, that it's not releasing until May, I believe it is. And it was also corroborated by Destiny Bulletin yesterday that the employees were internally notified that it's being delayed, which is crazy because I don't understand how that news broke to the public before even the people working on the game knew. But here we are, I guess. I don't really know. But I guess this video, I just want to talk about what the hell is going on at Bungie right now. Like, what are we doing here, man? What, are we really abandoning Destiny 2? What are we doing here? We know that there's supposed to be a DLC coming this year called like Shattered Cycle, I think it is. We know that Shadow and Order is supposed to be dropping. It was supposed to release on March 5th, I believe it was, March 3rd, March 5th, something like that. And it got delayed, obviously. Marathon is now releasing on March 5th, I believe it is. My dates are not exactly 100%. But where I'm going with this is we don't know what's going on. We don't know when Shadow and Order is releasing. Uh, we know that it's more than likely probably delayed. We can pretty much take that as gospel at this point, given the fact that we have not heard anything about it. It's a month out. Uh, at least like the original release date is a month out, and I'm assuming that's not happening. We are all under the impression at this point that it's delayed. Shattered Cycle, God knows when that's going to release. Could be September at this point. If Shadow and Order is being pushed all the way back to May, then I really have no clue when we could expect the next major DLC. Last year we got two DLCs in a year. We got Edge of Fate, which that went over not well, and Renegades, which I think unanimously went over pretty okay. I think we can all kind of agree that it was an all right expansion, regardless of how you feel about the collab and all that stuff. I think content wise, like the amount of content we got and stuff like that was much better than what we got in Edge of Fate. And we got two expansions last year, and yet the game still sustained serious player loss. Uh, or rather, I guess you should say it didn't sustain players at all. And it kind of just begs the question at this point, what is next? Are we even going to be able to get two expansions this year with this kind of delay? And I assume not. I mean, I guess last year we got the first expansion in July, but that doesn't bode well in my opinion this time around because again we're probably going to be getting it in September, so we're probably going this year with only getting one expansion, and I'm using the September thing loosely because I don't know. No one knows when we're getting anything at this point. I'm just guessing based on the fact that Shadow and Order is pushed all the way back to May, so it seems likely to me that September could be around the time that we get the first of the two expansions. I assume that we're planned for this year since we started doing this whole two expansion a year thing, or whatever you want to call it, the two mini expansions in a Destiny content calendar year, if that makes sense. Not a regular year, but within the content calendar. But I'm assuming this calendar year we're only getting the one expansion because again, I don't know how they would possibly be able to fit another expansion in towards the end of the year. And also, while we're on this topic, I just want to go ahead and say I'm 99% sure we're all in agreement at this point that the two expansion a year thing and a calendar year thing, the two smaller expansions thing that they started doing is not working. It just flat out is not working. I honestly think that it would be better if they just rolled with seasons as opposed to even making a yearly expansion at this point, because at least then the game would be guaranteed to get a content refresh every few months. And, that would keep the game alive. That would keep people logging in. I know, at least I assume it would. I mean, you look at the episode format a year ago, and, I mean, yeah, player numbers were not great during that year, but they've dropped significantly lower since we started the two expansions thing. We don't have regular content being poured into the game, so people don't log in, and it's just kind of a disaster, really. Like, this two expansion a year thing, the too many expansion thing, has not worked for them whatsoever, in my opinion. I think that's very evident. And I don't know if a return to the seasonal model is what has to happen or what needs to happen. I can't speak to that, but I will say that I think it would sustain the game better than where we are right now. So maybe that's something that's on the horizon. I'm assuming that Bungie internally is understanding this issue, though. And I mean, and we also can talk about Destiny 3 while we're here, because, I mean, obviously Destiny 3 is allegedly in development. We haven't actually, I don't think, heard anything to confirm that 100%, but we are under the impression that Destiny 3 is being worked on actively. So if that is the case, then it makes sense for Destiny 2 content to be ramping down. Like, it makes sense for us to kind of not really be getting that much content for the game going forward. But if that is the case, if we're not going to be getting, you know, substantial expansions and stuff like that added to the game, I don't know why Bungie doesn't just kind of put it on the back burner with seasons and not major expansions that take 6 months to develop, because again, you've got to sustain this player base for years to come. You know, who knows when Destiny 3 is going to be ready. You got to have a plan to get us from where we are right now to Destiny 3 with anyone still interested in Destiny 3 whatsoever. And I just, like, right now on this path we're on, I just feel like the interest is completely waned. No one's really looking forward to it. No one's excited for Destiny right now because there's nothing to really be excited about, you know. In the live service industry, if you happen to go months without your game being relevant, then you risk losing all of the players that are still interested in the game, which has already seen a significant drop. So it's, I don't know, man. It's weird. I want to be optimistic about Destiny's future. I don't want to be, doom and gloom, and I hate that I've made videos in the past that have kind of led to believe that I'm doom and gloom about Destiny, because I don't want to be that way. It's just, like, when you give me nothing, what am I supposed to do, Like, that's how I felt about this game for months at this point. But yeah, I feel like I needed to rant about Destiny. It's been a while since I kind of sat down and just talked about the game, so yeah. If you made it this far, leave a like, sub, all that stuff. Thanks for watching.